What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Triple THS, brought to you by Kountermove Fantasy MMA at Kountermove.com. I'm the 12-hour layover of mixed martial arts, Tommy Toehold. Today, I make picks for my UFC 173 Kountermove tournament. Let's do this shit! UFC 173 is a fucking monster, fight fans. Literally. And his name is Renan Barão. That goobery motherfucker has been eating souls since the early 1800s, but standing in the way of his annihilation of the entire human race is a 13-year-old boy. A 13-year-old boy who left all his fucks at home. This card is fucking nuts, fight fans. Man Baby and the Juggernaut are gonna go full Godzilla. DC is fighting an ancient cursed mummy with a fucking overhand right that would kill a bull. It is just gonna be the shit. And of course, it wouldn't be a UFC event without Kountermove Fantasy MMA tournaments, and Kountermove.com has got some big juicy ones for you. But Tommy, I don't know how to play Fantasy MMA. I'm intimidated by things I don't understand. How do I know what the fuck to do? I don't want to lose to my friend who watches MMA once a year. First of all, calm the fuck down. Secondly, let's walk through the process using Saturday night's tourneys. First thing you want to do is go to Kountermove.com. Any sort of interwebs browsing program should suffice. I use Google Chrome. You've probably never heard of it. Right below the smoking hot super distance runner Natasha Wicks, you will notice there are different tournaments with different entry fees and prize pools. Crooklyn's rocking a $20,000 tournament with a $25 entry fee. Winner takes home $4 grand. I've got a $5,000 tourney. $10 gets you in. Winner takes home $1,000. Top 55 payout. For the sake of my show, let's play my tournament. All right, now listen. Kountermove tourneys aren't straight up picking. This is not Las Vegas. This is fantasy sports, which means performance matters. You're looking for finishes and fast. You've got $25,000 for $10 to draft 5 fighters. Those fighters make up your team. They score points based on performance. You score the most points, you're the winner. It's that fucking simple. I like to pick the cheapest fighters I can find because I'm a frugal motherfucker, and it leaves me money for some sure winners later on. So when I'm discount picking, the prelims are usually a good place to start. Chico Camus is taking on Tough 18 winner Chris Holdsworth, and when that kid isn't subbing people in the first round, he's subbing them in the fucking second round. Holdsworth has 5 pro fights with 5 submission wins, and while Chico has more UFC experience, he's only had 1 finish since 2011, and that was a 3rd rounder. Oh, not to mention Holdsworth trains at Team Alpha Male, which means he loves Chuck E. Cheese and will probably win via strangulation. Chris Holdsworth is cheap and he finishes fights. He's a fucking perfect first pick. Next, I'm gonna look for another prelim matchup, preferably dudes who don't even have Wikipedia pages, because these motherfuckers are wild cards, have bigger skill differences than main card fighters, not to mention they're usually cheap as fuck. Li Jingliang is taking on David Machado on the Fight Pass prelims. Neither guy has a Wikipedia page. Both have impressive records. The difference being, Li's last 4 fights have gone to the 3rd round, while Machado's been icing motherfuckers in the 1st round since the day he was born. With 5 of his 7 ending in 1st round stops, Machado's going on my fantasy dick-kicking Kountermove super team for fucking sure. Alright, we've saved up some money on discount fighters. Now it's time for a big money pick. Somebody I am almost certain is gonna pay off big time. Now, a lot of you are gonna pick DC or Barão right now, but let me tell you why that is fucking stupid. Renan Barão is an unbeatable monster, but in the UFC, he's gone to a decision 42% of the time, and TJ Dillashaw is a tough motherfucker with stone hands and nasty subs. He could pull off an upset, or Barão might have to take it into the later rounds. Either of those scenarios means not a lot of points in a Kountermove tourney, and DC is on fucking fire right now, but 5 of his last 8 wins have come via decision, and Dan Henderson is some sort of undead creature of the night who, minus Super Vitor, has been able to withstand pretty much any sort of punishment thrown at him. Not saying those picks won't turn out to be fucking awesome, just saying they're more dangerous than they look. That's why my big money pick is Mike Chiesa. Dude finishes fights and early. 2 of Trinaldo's 3 losses have come via sub. Chiesa is a fucking submission factory. It's a safer big money pick than DC or Barão. I'm going with Chiesa. Let's move on. Now, there aren't a ton of big guys on this card, which means there's not a lot of knockout power to go around. But there are 2 motherfuckers that have been ghosting fighters left and right, and that's Robbie Lawler and Jake Ellenberger. They're even money and not too expensive, so this is a good fight to pick because chances are there's gonna be a stop. Now, a lot of people would be inclined to pick Jake Ellenberger here. Got 18 knockouts, he's younger than Robbie, but when Ellenberger and Rory Mack met in the Battle of Unstoppable Forces, what we got was the worst fucking fight of all time. Robbie's only been KO'd once in his whole career, and it's not likely he'll get dropped if Ellenberger plays it safe. If anybody's knocking anybody out in this fight, it will be Robbie Lawler. I'm going with the ruthless one, and now we're down to 5,400, a solid amount to play with. We can't touch the main or the co-main, but there is one pick sitting there that could score some big points. Tony Ferguson is taking on Katsunori Kikuno, and Ferguson is worth every bit of that 5,100. He's an Ultimate Fighter winner. 3 of his 4 wins in the UFC have been in the first round. He's a big lightweight. Kono has never fought outside of Japan or Singapore. He only has 1 fight in the UFC, and it went to a decision. Ferguson gets the first round round stop. We've got our 5 picks and $300 pretend dollars left. Go take your pretend girlfriend somewhere nice. We hit play now, invite some friends so we can kick their dicks in, review our picks one last time. We just made UFC 173 the most fucking fun ever. And now there are prelims that matter to me as much as the main event. Kountermove.com is the most fucking fun you can have playing fantasy MMA. I play for every UFC event. It's cheap. Some games are fucking free. You might end up winning a tournament and getting that Joe Lozon money. Sign up right now, fight fans. And if you use the promo code TTHS to deposit cash before UFC 173, you're gonna get a 25% bonus on your deposit because I fucking love you. For everybody Triple THS, I'm Tommy Toehold. See you on the leaderboards, motherfuckers. I'm usually somewhere towards the bottom.